Look, I know they call me Father Alex, but today I'm really gonna be Father Alex. I'm gonna adopt all of you guys so that I can share with you guys the truth about male nature. Now, a warning, as you go through the list, it's gonna get a little dark, all right? Especially towards the end. But understanding this will save you so much time and trouble, because a lot of the times most of our issues come because we just don't understand the opposite sex. Having an understanding of male nature will make your relationship so much smoother. No more being naive, no more getting played. So sit your butt down, get a tissue, cause some might cry, take some notes. Hope you're listening, editor. Because today, Father Alex is gonna be throwing some truth bombs. Let's go to the couch. And if you guys enjoy my honesty, you guys can click on the description down below where it says work with Father Alex 101, and there you'll be able to book a call with me, and so I can hear your situation and me give you my honest opinion. The hardest thing in life is getting honest feedback from our friends and family. Usually they lie to us because they don't want to hurt our feelings. Father Alex is not here for that. I am here to give you truth. So if you're having a dating situation, life situation, and you guys want to get my opinion, maybe you don't know how you're coming across to people and you want to get my feedback, click on the description down below and you can book a 15, 30, 45, and 1 hour call with me today, and you'll have me on the phone. Not AI Alex, not Robot Alex, Father Alex, okay? All right, let's begin with the video. And by the way, don't put me on child support, okay? Or else I'm shipping you all back. Let's continue with the video. Let's go to the couch. Now, this law applies to everyone, but most people learn this too late. People never do things just once. Now, if you watch my channel, you hear me say this all the time, but it's the truth. People never do things just once. A man will not cheat just once. If a man cheated, he'll cheat again. Cops say, because I watch a lot of true crime stories, if a person who did it to one kid, there's a high likelihood there are 5 other kids who he has, right? So it's kind of like people never do things just once, and we are so easily fooled by this law. Always remember that. Never forget that. They never do things just once. If they hit you once, they're gonna hit you again. If they hit you, they hit somebody else before. If they name call you, they've name called somebody else. If they cheated on you, they're gonna cheat with somebody else. Or you, they have cheated on you before. If you caught them cheating, they've been cheating a while ago. Always works. If you see somebody fighting in the streets, most likely they fought before in the streets. You rarely see someone do something just once and that's it. It's a repetition. The next one is men will commit to you even if they really don't want you. This is why it's so important to consistently be updating them in your mind. When you fall in love, it's very easy for the image that they have of you, that you have of them, to harden. And they start treating you mad, but you still think they're great. You know? You start to see this. It is so important to keep your eyes open in a relationship to changes that are subtle, but it might make the difference between you realizing, you know what, I'm wasting my time. This person is not who they think they are. This person doesn't really love me. They're just in it for the poom poom. People do that. The guys are desperate. Some guys will literally lie to you about who they are and their families, all to get some physical gratification. You might say, why just for the poom poom? Let me tell you something, man. When a guy doesn't get poom poom is his whole earth. Okay? Next one. Some men are wired to be promiscuous. Okay? And don't even tell me about the spelling, because I know it's right. I'm looking at the spelling right now. Some men are wired to be promiscuous. I'm sorry, that's a genetic thing. Just like some people are wired to be crackheads, some people are wired to be promiscuous. And how do you know? Well, look at their parents. Did his dad cheat on his mom? Did mom cheat on dad? The next one is some men are only in your life to disrespect you. That's just how it is. Some men will never be in your life if you stand up to them. As soon as you start to stand up to them, they start to do this. They start to walk out. They literally leave your ass. Why? Because they care more about the power that you give them through them disrespecting you than your own presence. They care more about the power than the love. And the way that you see this is that as soon as you stand up to them, they walk away, right? So that's one thing. Some people are in your life only to disrespect you, and if you keep them, that's the only dynamic that they're gonna accept. Is that every man has an inner predator. Now, when I mean predator, I don't mean like with kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you let a man take advantage of you, they will. Men cannot say no to an easy target, and it's because of this, right? Which is the first law of human nature, is that men cannot say no to a weak target. They cannot resist a weak target. And how do you know that the target is weak? Which is the second law of human nature, that they will attack. They're gonna attack you if you signal weakness. And the third law of human nature is that they won't attack you if they sense that you're gonna fight back. If they sense any deterrence, like for some, like people who like for example, pimps. Some of this, they say that they won't make a girl into a streetwalker if they know that she has a good dad or a strong dad, right? If they sense any signs of strength from you, they won't attack you. But if they sense signs of weakness from you, they will attack and pounce. That's why they prey on the vulnerable and the weak. The problem is that that's a lot of men. That's most men. If you let them do it, they will do it. If you let them, they will. And one of the ways to counter any signs of weakness that you might be sending that might cause people to pounce on you is to just have the mental understanding that if they disrespect me, I'm leaving and never coming back. Just that. Now, the next one is a very important, and it's good man does not equal good partner. All right? A good man doesn't equal a good partner. Just because he has a great heart doesn't mean he's wifey. Well, now he's a trans, right? Doesn't mean that he is husband material. Just because he's fun to be around, great personality, great career, great this, great that, great dick, right? Golden dick, the one that shines and shit, right? Not even bent, just straight up. Like, because that doesn't mean they're equal a good partner. Just because they're a good business partner doesn't mean they'll make a good partner. People's shadow side lies in their relationship. Always remember that. Never take appearance for reality. People's shadow side always is in the relationship aspect and in the sex realm, all right? That's where you see people's shadow. So don't judge a potential partner based on how fun or cool they look on the outside. That is not something that you judge. You judge them once you get with them. Once you're in a relationship with them, that's how you truly know who they really are. So that means don't harden your view of them. Meaning, when you're getting to know them, it's very easy to fall prey to, okay, I know them the first week, that's who they are, and you stop updating them in your minds. Don't let that harden. Don't be like a chimp. That's what chimps do. They don't have the extra neurons to keep updating the person. That's why first impressions matter, because this is a human weakness. You have to continually be updating them in your mind, like spring cleaning. Update them. Say, okay, they did this, so maybe they're not this person who I think they are. The next one is that men have a different personality depending on how much they like the woman, right? This is a very important one, because you and another woman could date the same guy and sit down and talk with them and say, hey, how is he? And one woman might say, oh, he cooks for me. And she'll say, he doesn't cook for me. And she'll say, well, he lets me sleep over. And she's like, wait, he never let me sleep over. He's not the type to sleep over. Well, because people have a different personality depending on how much they like you. The same woman who's a bitch to me, to another guy, she could be completely submissive and nice and does everything for him. The same woman who would do the freakiest shit to another guy, to me, she'll say, suck your own dick, right? Like, it's a different person depending on the person. So usually you get people's best self when you have a hint of coldness. You usually see people's best selves when they sense a hint of coldness. All right, now this is the second half of this video, people. It's about to get wild right now. I warned you guys. This is gonna get really wild right now. So let's begin this. The first one is this: the more money a man earns, the younger the women he prefers. And the key is not that you start making from $50,000 to 60 to 70, 100. No. We're talking about high occupations. Once you start moving up the ranks of middle class, high middle class, upper class, right? There's a change in men, especially when they start to gain power, that they just naturally start to prefer younger women. And I believe it's the ego that happens. I don't think that it's the weirdest thing, right? So what that indicates is that high income, right, equals bad fidelity. High income equals high fidelity. I mean, low fidelity. Jesus Christ, right? Doesn't that suck, right? It just shows you in life you can't have everything, man. I'm sorry, that's just how that works. Now this one is crazy, and this one is why I advocate that if you're gonna have a happy relationship, get off of social media, and that's men are swayed by the media. How attractive he finds you is more to do with what he sees online. In other words, exposure to images of attractive women can lead them to perceive their partner as less attractive and become less committed, satisfied, close, and serious in their relationship. This is a harsh reality women often discover too late. This increase in attractive women who are enhanced causes men to want them, which then causes women to artificially enhance their look. In other words, nobody likes anyone for who they are. It's wild, right? It's wild. And the more porn he watches, the less attractive he's gonna find you in the bedroom. Crazy, man. Now this one, right? Men created marriage and religion in order to control a woman's sexual behavior. Because the two things that men value in a woman the most is chastity and fidelity, right? Chastity and fidelity is what a man values. In other words, you haven't slept with a lot of guys, or how some guys prefer less men or virgins, right? And they prefer fidelity. And the reason why that is because in prehistoric days, it was really hard to tell if my kid is somebody else's kid, because you usually hung around people who look the same. It wasn't like you have Tyrone in the corner over there, right? And his girl cheated on him with Bob, the fucking programmer, and the baby comes out with glasses, asking for a function in PHP, right? So it's kind of like it's fidelity and chastity are the things that men value the most, and because of that, that's why religion and marriage was created. This one is that men are sexual hypocrites. In other words, they want their women to be virgins, but they want to be able to bang every woman in the block, right? Men are sexual hypocrites. There's a reason why that is, evolutionary reasons, right? You were working all the time and you came home, you didn't know if your girl was with Bob the programmer, right? You didn't know that. So it's obviously that the guys who had a high paranoia passed on their genes more. The guys who were chilled about it didn't pass on their genes and got cocked. Now, men value physical appearance and youth more than women. Now, I know this sounds obvious, right? But you even see this amongst gay men, that gay men will value being with younger, better looking gay men than being with older gay guys. Amongst lesbians, you don't see that, right? You don't see that youth and physical appearance being a primary motivator with lesbian relationships, but with gay relationships you tend to see that, which says that this is a core value of men, you know, because you see that with gay men and straight men. Now this one's crazy, right? Men are insecure of a woman's success. If you make more money than a man, studies show that he's going to have higher likelihood of erectile dysfunction, and studies show that women who win election, this is the crazy part, women who win any form of election have a higher divorce rate. Having more money and more power than a man will cause him to find you less physically attractive, and he'll resent you. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at Father Alex. I did not make people. Okay? I'm just here telling you how people are. The next one is you can't change them. If you didn't break them, don't fix them. And I don't care how many times he admits his flaws, Just because they apologize, just because they're contrite, doesn't mean they're gonna change. This reminds me of the basketball player named Draymond Green, who he kept kicking people in the balls. Like seriously, he just kept kicking people. He kept apologizing and he kept doing it. Right? Just because somebody knows their mistakes and is sad doesn't mean they're gonna change. The next one is successful men will never put you above everything else. In other words, a man who makes a lot of money, a man who's really ambitious, you'll never be their number one. Never try to fight to be as highly successful man's top priority, because you just won't. Look at Tom Brady, right? Where Michelle was always second to football. Guys like Skip Bayless, he's a news reporter, and he told his wife the first date, he was like, you're never gonna come first to my career. Men who are very, very, very successful will never put you first. And don't even try. Walk away. Find a normal dude if you want him to make you his number one. The next one is some men don't know what they have until it's gone. So don't feel bad that a man didn't appreciate your value. Some people, you could give them the best job in the world, and because they have a self-sabotaging quality about them, they'll find a way to leave, even though they had an opportunity. A lot of opportunities come to people. It's just that some people self-sabotage. You could be a great person, but they'll choose a toxic person over you, not because you're cool or you're boring, but because they just don't know what's good for themselves. Some guys just cannot do themselves any favors. And the next one, a man can love you, but not want to be in a relationship with you. A man can love you and cheat on you. A man can love you and hurt you. A man can love you and leave you, right? You should not be looking for love per se, because somebody can love you, but they may not be good for you. You want to look for compatibility and then the love. Once you're compatible, then if love comes from that, it's fine. But just because a man loves you doesn't mean you should stay with them. They may not be good for you. You guys may not be compatible. And this comes to the next point, is that men know whether or not they want a relationship with you after 2 or 3 months. They know that. If after 2 or 3 months they don't want a relationship with you, don't try to fight it. Walk away, because they're not going to change. It's always like that. This one, if you think he watches my channel, it means he don't like you. Just that simple. He does not watch my channel. Father Alex is not that famous, nor does he want to get that famous. And the next one is that mixed signal equals he doesn't like you enough to be consistent. Not that he doesn't like you, but they may not like you enough to be consistent. It's just that simple, people. Anytime you're getting mixed signals, it's a humongous red flag, and you should walk away no matter how many positive things they tell. The next one is men who have low impulse control are walking red flags. Men who can't control, because this is what happens. Low impulse controls means they're always going to be in debt. Low impulse controls means they may have drug addictions. Low impulse control means they don't know how to manage their money. Low impulse control means that they may be unfaithful. Low impulse control might mean that they have no ambition, that they're lazy. Low impulse control means the world to a woman. Because if the man has low impulse control, you're screwed. Sorry for hitting you. Follow Alex Santos. Shut up, Melissa. You're screwed being with them. So go for people who have high impulse control. How do you do that? Well, for no drug addiction, possibly conservative, to be quite honest with you, but you never know, right? Because liberals usually do more, the drugs. You look for a guy who meditates. You look for a guy who has discipline, right? But it's hard to tell, to be honest with you. But generally, you could kind of observe from far away when somebody has low impulse control by the decision that they make and the quality of the decision. So if you're toxic and they're with you, most likely they have low impulse control. Right? Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Now, this one is one where a lot of people get stuck into. And that's when you try to fight the past. You cannot compete with the past. And the past includes what? Their ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, their moms, right? When they have an attachment to their moms or their exes to the point where they listen to them more than you, where they're willing to sacrifice their relationship with you for their sake, with their mama's boy, where they're simping for their ex, don't take it personal. A lot of people make the mistake and they take it personal. Right? A lot of people make the mistake and they try to fix it. What you have to realize is that if they're still stuck in the past, leave them in the past. It's plain and simple, man. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. You could be the hottest woman on the planet. If I'm not over my ex, I'm not gonna get with you. It's just that simple. Then now look, what you have to do in those situations is just to push them towards the past. Say, you know what? Stay where you are. I don't want you. Because you're just never gonna win. You're never gonna win, especially when they're stuck with their moms and exes. Now, this one is important. That if he mistreats you, it's a reflection of who he is. If he hits you, it's a reflection of who he is. He's an insecure man. If he calls you name, if he treats you like trash, it's because that's who he is. But this is the but. If you let it keep happening, it's because it's a reflection of who you are. It's that simple. There's no middle ground behind that. There's no middle ground. The next one is that don't believe their words. Focus on the action. If they hate you and say sorry, fuck their sorry. Look at the action. If they cheated on you and they say they'll never do that, fuck that shit. Look at what they did in the past and realize that words don't mean much if it's not backed up by action. Too many people focus on words because it's a lazy way of interacting. It's a lazy way of knowing people, of understanding people. And because of that, you get played. Because of that, you lose focus on what really matters, which is looking at their actions. But people who are manipulating you, the last thing they want you to do is look at their actions. What they want you to do is look at their words. Why? Because words are the perfect smoke screen. They're sand in your face. They blind you. They make you look in this direction when in reality they're there. Don't look at words. That's how you're gonna get played. That's how nice girls get played, man. That's how people become gullible. Gullible are people who just focus on words. That's the word gullible. Okay, sorry about that. Now, this is crazy. Men are usually like their best friends. If his best friend treats women like like crap, chances are you're gonna get played. If my girl's friend is for the streets, you know what I'm saying? No judging, but I'm gonna be like, okay, how is she influencing you? What type of conversations you guys are having? Their friends is a reflection of who you are. Their 5 friends is a reflection of you. So look at their 5 friends. Ask them, do your friend like to cheat? Is he a liar? Right? Does he watch Mindful Attraction? Who their friends are, they'll remember how I said earlier, they'll try to tell you that's not who they are. Let me tell you something, man. What I am telling you is the truth. If their friends are a cheater, you're a cheater. It's just that simple, right? Because you usually birds of the same feathers flock together. Anyway, look, I'm gonna include the last one here, right? And the last one is that never trust a man with your kids. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's uncle. Never trust a man with your kids. Let me tell you something, man. Let me put it right here. You know the percentage of the ones that touch kids, what percentage are men? 90%, man. What the fuck is going on, man? 90%. Never trust a man with your kids. I don't care how. In fact, the mans who are demanding who really want to meet your kids because he wants to be stepdad. Watch out for that. Watch out for people like that. I don't care how nice they appear. I don't care if they're the priest of the neighborhood. I don't care if they're the fucking Buddha. I don't care if they're the president. I don't care if it's me. Never trust a man with your kids alone. Never leave them. The problem is that too many people trust people. That's the issue, right? And it's kind of like, I hate to say this, but with men, with kids, never do. Never trust them. And I'll be honest with you, every time, unfortunately, a kid has been, it's usually because they were left with this freaking demographic, And I'm not hating on guys because I'm a dude, but like even for me, like don't leave your kids around me because what if that little motherfucker starts hallucinating shit? Like they follow that, you get what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. I don't care, man. Like that's just my warning for people because I watch a lot of, I ever since I was younger, I had a passion for kids because, kids who, it's a scary thing to be a kid, to be honest with you. And I'm playful with them, and the stories that hurt me the most are human, when there's a traffic, right? Those are the ones that hurt me the most. I watched a movie one time, man, and it was about that, and man, like it just broke my heart. I remember to this day it was like a human going through the traffic, type of movie, and to this day it hurt me. And to this day I donate to those types of organizations because it's just so freaking unfair, honestly. It's one of those things that kind of makes me cry sometimes, man, because, you know, so I just implore you guys, be careful with people, be careful with the people who you hang out with, and never leave your kids around them, man. I'm telling you, I know it sounds crazy, but when you know people, you kind of open up, you get a little bit more comfortable. Anyways, this is the end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what else I should have included in this video. Bye-bye. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys can check out my other courses that are more in-depth and more profound, such as the Psychological Game of Attraction, which is a course for women who are single, Natural Chemistry, which is a self-help course on women on how to build your how to embrace their masculine energy, how to embrace their feminine energy, Natural Chemistry, which is a course for women who are in relationships, Charisma Blueprint, which is a course on how to build charisma, Emotional Mastery, which is a course on how to become emotionally resilient. It's pretty much, I teach you what I use to manifest my current life, to be honest with you. And you could purchase them all by joining the Mindful Attraction University, where you could purchase all of my courses. Usually all of my courses are $99. If you purchase all of them, you could get, I believe is $3.99. You could purchase them all. And there you'll be able to get access. And if you don't like the course, you guys can get a refund from Father Alex. Father Alex doesn't scam his subscribers. Father Alex is here to help. So if you guys feel like this video helped, trust me, you will like the course, because it's very rarely that the courses that you purchase from me don't work for that, whatever you're trying to. A lot of people purchase Natural Chemistry to improve their relationships with their partners, and it works. There's plenty of testimony. Just go to the website, Psychological Game of Attraction. If you're single and you apply that course, you won't be single for long, right? I'm telling you, if you're somebody who's overly masculine or you have too much feminine energy, check out the feminine woman. It'll teach you how to balance it so that you could have that sensation where you're feminine, but there's strength emanating from you. Right? I mean, too many women have that feminine energy, but it emanates as weakness. I'm here to teach you guys how to use your masculine so that you could strengthen and show that feminine energy without really looking way too masculine or way too feminine. And that allows you to have that beautiful balance that men respect, but also find attractive, right? So you can purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care.